Once again, guys, this is the Investor Show. As always, this is your host, Prince Dykes. I'm here with a very, very special guest. I would shake his hand, but I'm kind of holding the camera with my hand too. Gene Dunn, and we're here at Gorats Steakhouse. If you don't know what Gorats Steakhouse is at, it's in Omaha, Nebraska. And of course, this is Warren Buffett's favorite steakhouse. This is the steakhouse he's always come to. So I come into the steakhouse today. I'm here a little bit early for the shareholders meeting. And I'm just having a whiskey ribeye steak, which is amazing, by the way. And Mr. Dunn just stops by. He decided to have a conversation with me. And he gives me some funny stories and all that good stuff like that. Now, what is the story you was telling me about Warren Buffett and Bill Gates?
Oh, their car broke down after dinner, and they lifted up the hood and were looking under the hood, and I don't think either one of them knew what an engine looked like, much less what they were going to do to fix the car. And they ended up calling a tow truck.
Ended up calling a tow truck. Awesome. So Mr. Buffett, how many times you probably met him in occasions?
Oh, many times. He comes in about once a week.
Once a week to a Gorats Steak.
Yeah.
What is his favorite order?
It's all over the board. He's very wide in his tastes. He likes our. It's an old-fashioned. It is an open-faced club sandwich with a bunch of lettuce on it, and then he always gets it. It normally comes with 2 pieces of bacon, and he always gets it with 8 pieces of bacon. He likes bacon.
He likes bacon?
Yes. And then as far as steaks, he was always a T-bone guy. But now he's moved to fillets as he's gotten older. He doesn't have quite the appetite, so he's gone to a smaller steak.
Okay. So if I want to grow to be like Mr. Buffett one day, I got to eat my bacon. That's what you're telling me.
Eat your bacon.
Got to eat my bacon.
Yes.
So
and he's not very fond of vegetables, but that's not good. You should be fond of vegetables.
That's true. You should be fond of vegetables.
When he and Mr. Gates come in, Mr. Gates gets extra vegetable, and Mr. Buffett gets extra steak.
That's kind of funny how that works. That and you expecting Bill? When he says Mr. Gates, he's talking about Bill Gates. So how many times you probably met Mr. Bill Gates?
Oh, and not as many as Mr. Buffett, but I've seen him many times.
Many times.
Yeah, he's a nice man.
And you plan on stopping? They're going to stop by this weekend too, right?
They'll be here he's on the board of directors for Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
And so all of the directors come in for dinner on Sunday night. It's sort of their last thing for the weekend.
Okay, cool. So is it going to be, when Mr. Buffett comes here on the week, does he like come by himself? Is it a big entourage, or is it just...
No, he just comes with his 2 gentlemen, Ted and Todd, who are doing a lot of his investing of his cash. So, wow. And as Mr. Buffett says, they do better than him.
Hey, that's a smart man, you know.
Yeah.
So
the ones that can do better than you.
Exactly. So being here at Gorats, what have you learned over the years? How long you been here? And what got you into
I'm
Gorats?
in my 5th Berkshire, and this is my 5th. We're on our 5th year of being here. We opened into December and of 2012. And here we are in May of 2017. So we are now on our 5th year, or almost 5.5 years. And what got me into it was that it was an old steakhouse, and it was going to close. And so I decided that it would be a good idea to try to save that steakhouse, and I'm the first one to ever save one of these old steakhouses.
Now, how could this be Mr. Buffett's favorite steakhouse and they want to let it close? How could that possibly happen?
Well, as we all know, Mr. Buffett's getting old, and with that, all of the other clientele is getting old too. And what the main thing was is they didn't make themselves relevant as they got older. So we, both as people and as businesses, need to always make ourselves relevant and keep things updated. And they didn't quite do that. So they were losing a lot of their clientele to plain old death. and
Wow.
they were not rebuilding it with young people. Now we have 10 high chairs, and on any given night, all 10 are out. So we have a lot more younger families,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what grows your business is young people. You want to get them used to coming here when they're little, but even the little ones are now old that used to come here with their grandma and grandpa. We've been open for 72 years. We opened in 1944 at Gorats.
Wow.
So many of the original customers from 1944 were still here when I got here.
Wow. So it kind of like pretty much the original fan base just got old and just kind of died off, and the young people didn't even know it was here,
right? And
stuff like that. And the surprising thing, you said Mr. Buffett lives around the corner.
He doesn't live very far from here. We're about halfway between his office and his house.
Wow. The greatest investor of all times. This is the Investor Show. We got Mr. Gene here giving us the owner of Gorats Steakhouse, saving Mr. Buffett's favorite steakhouse, and as many times, and that's a hilarious story he said as well. What else you want to tell the people out there that's watching or listening or hear this on the podcast or whatnot?
I'll tell you, you need to listen to Mr. Buffett. He's very into value investing. So if there's a company you like, don't watch the stock go up and down. Just watch the products they're putting out or the whatever they're doing, and making sure that they keep on doing it and become a more successful company. And a lot of that is true with the relevance aspect. So we all need to be relevant. And when we don't keep ourselves updated with society, we can fall off the edge. So watch your stocks, but don't worry about your stocks.
That's smart. Now, when did you invest in the Berkshire?
I invested when I first moved back to Omaha. I was a commercial diver for many years down in the Gulf of Mexico, and I retired and I came back, and it was one of the first stocks I ever bought.
And how much was it?
It was $2,200.
$2,200 was Berkshire Hathaway.
Yep.
Class A. How much is it today?
I know it's well over 200,000, but I'm not sure. What is it?
It's about 254,000 right now.
254. I didn't know that.
That's how you know when you have a lot of money. When you're like, I don't know, I just threw it there. I don't know the last time I looked at it.
I just haven't looked at it in a long time. So.
That's the smart way. You just put it there and you trusted Mr. Buffett.
Yeah.
And paid off pretty well. I can't even think of the percentage return on investment of that.
Mr. Buffett has had a great return.
That's to say the least. Anything else you want to leave us with?
No, but stay in school.
Stay in school.
Because it's the most important thing you will ever do for yourself. And be kind. Because that's the second thing that'll get you a long way in life, is being nice to your neighbor, whoever that neighbor might be.
Awesome. And Mr. Gene is definitely kind. I didn't know who he was. I was sitting down at the bar by my lonesome. Just got here last night from Hawaii and decided to stop by the steakhouse. And he just says, "Hey, what's your name?" He took it from there. Now he has the Wesley Learns to Invest and Wesley Learns About Credit book, and he's going to check those out. So I definitely enjoyed my time here. If you guys are in Omaha, Nebraska, stop by to Gorats Steakhouse. If you get a chance, Mr. Gene's here, stop by and say hey to him. So,
great.
So anyway, guys, my name is Prince Dykes. This is the Investor Show. Stay tuned for more exclusive interviews here at Berkshire Hathaway's annual meeting. Be safe.